What does that mean? What do you imagine when you read that sentence? What is the idea?
Means uh, wind scattered means uh, spread all in all directions or in unorganized way.
Yeah,
The lips.
you can imagine it could be pretty messy.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. If you look at the first three words of that sentence, how would you read the first three words of that sentence together?
The wind is scattered.
What do you think are the big sounds in that?
The wind. Wind.
Okay. The the wind scattered. The wind scattered. So how would you read that? How will you read those three words together?
The winds scattered.
Okay. Let's make this big. The wind scattered. Maybe scattered too, though.
Yes.
I think that might be good. It's
Is
not very good for our rhythm.
scattered.
The wind scattered.
The winds scattered.
Uh huh. If you read the next, well, just read the rest of the sentence. Which words do you think are important in the rest of the sentence?
The lips all over the yard.
Okay, and which words would you say are important in the rest of the sentence?
The lips
Leaves. Okay. What else?
and the yard. It's yard.
The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard. Okay. What does all over mean?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. And when you have two words that always go together, which word usually gets
Yeah.
the attention?
Is a first. Is a
Okay.
all over.
But I think we have some flexibility here. And I think, because we want to maintain our big, small pattern, I think that we could make an exception and change. Normally, you would say all over, but because we want to have the big, small pattern, we could switch it here, and that would be okay. All over
Yes.
the yard.
All over the yard.
Yeah, because that way you get to keep that pattern. Big, small, big, small. The wind scattered
Yes.
the leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
Okay, is it leaves or leaves?
The leaves. Leaves.
Leaves. Make it big.
Leaves.
Leaves.
Yes. Leaves.
Yeah, and when you make the e, you pull your tongue back. Make your tongue really tense. Leaves.
Leaves.
The wind scattered
Leaves.
leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
Okay. All right. How many phrases do you think we could divide this sentence into?
Is it two?
Okay, what are the two phrases?
The wind scattered the leaves and all over the yard.
Sorry, I think I have to. Uh, I think my dog needs to go outside. I have to take her outside for a minute. I'll be back in one
Okay.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. What is the first phrase?
The wind scattered the leaves.
Okay. And how do you want this to sound? Do you want this to sound nice and friendly or serious?
Yes. So serious
Serious? Okay. So, how will this start? How do you start a phrase? Do you start it high or low usually?
is a high tone.
Okay, so how would that sound?
So uh, is scattered,
The wind,
scattered,
the wind scattered. The wind scattered. The wind scattered. The wind
the
scattered.
the the wind scattered.
Okay, but then by the time we get down to here, because you want to sound serious, make the whole thing
Yeah.
low. The wind scattered the leaves.
The wind scattered the leaves.
Okay. How about in the second phrase? Do you want to also sound serious in the second phrase?
Yes, yes,
All right.
serious.
So what color is yard?
It's blue.
Okay. And but how will you start the phrase?
As over is high,
Yeah, because when you
red.
normally when you start a phrase, it will have a high sound, but then you finish sounding serious. Yard. All over the yard.
All over the yard.
The,
All over the yard.
the wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaf all over the yard.
Okay. Can you make a where question like where wind scatter leaves? How would you do that?
Yes. Where, where did the wind scatter the leaves?
What is your most important word in your question, do you think?
Is where?
Where.
Where?
So how would that sound if you put where plus did plus the?
Uh, where did the? Where did the?
Where did the? Where did,
Where did? Where did the? Where did the?
where did the wind?
Where did the wind?
Where did the wind scatter the leaves?
Where did the wind scatter the leaves?
Uh-huh.
The leaves.
So, and what is your answer? Where did the wind scatter the leaves?
The wind scattered the leaves all over the
Oh, okay.
yard.
Is it leaves or leaves?
The leaves. The leaves.
Can you say it again? The wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
The wind scattered the leaves
Okay, is it
all over the yard.
leaves or leaves?
The leaves.
Try again.
Okay. So the wind scattered the leaves all over the yard.
Leaves or leaves?
Is leaves.
hmm
Leaves.
Try again.
Leaves. The wind scattered the leaves.
hmm
Leaves
hmm
a- all over the yard.
Okay, that was good. All right. So let's move on to our next sentence.
Yes.
So to be off, that's